Hello everybody. In our previous videos, you would have seen us show you some tips on how to use Cookie-Doo to really make sure that you're getting the most from Cookie-Doo and from your Thermomix. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use a really new feature to Cookie-Doo, which is the ability to create your own recipes that will then appear on the screen of your Thermomix TM6 and within your Cookie-Doo account. It's pretty exciting. It's something that we've all been asking for a long time. So I was very excited when this new feature was announced. Now, this is a feature that you might use if you've got a recipe that you cook with your Thermomix. It's one of your recipes. It's something that you can use to add a recipe from Recipe Community, which is our other recipe library with thousands and thousands of recipes. You can actually import those recipes into your Cookie-Doo account. And you can also use it to save variations of existing Cookie-Doo recipes. So if you've swapped out an ingredient or changed the flavors or maybe reduced some of the sugar, you can create a version of that recipe so that you remember next time you cook it, what changes you made. So I'm going to go ahead and open up created recipes for you and show you how it's done. So I hope you can see Cookie-Doo on the screen here. Now, created recipes is a feature that is only available for users who have a Cookie-Doo 3.0 subscription. If you don't know what that means, or if you have one, the easiest way to find out is to go into My Recipes and to hit on created recipes just on the left here. Now, if you're in here and you can add recipes and maybe you've got some recipes already added, then you have the feature of created recipes. If you don't, it's probably going to give you a message to go and upgrade. And if this is a feature that you think that you would use, along with our brand new feature, scaled recipes, we're going to cover that in the next video, then I would strongly encourage you to upgrade because in my opinion, it's well worth it. I should just add here that created recipes should be used for your recipes or for recipes on the Recipe Community account. We discourage you from uploading any recipes that other recipe creators from other websites or from cookbooks have created because the copyright for those recipes lives with the creator. Make sense? So let me jump in and show you some of the ways to create your own recipe. The first way is one of your recipes. So if you just click on the green button in the bottom here, you'll see you've got two options. So one is create a recipe and the other one is importing a recipe. So I'm going to hit create and I'm going to show you how to import my hidden veggie lasagna. So this is a recipe that I make all the time, so it'd be great to have it on my Thermomix just to speed things up. You can go ahead and add a photo if you have one, which just gives a nice visual reminder for what that recipe is. And it's just going to encourage you to crop it. So I'm just going to crop it over there. There we go. So now I know what recipe I'm talking about. You can add preparation time. So this requires probably about 20 minutes of time. And the total time is 1 hour and 20 minutes. And this serves 6 portions. Great. And so now it's time to start adding my ingredients. You can go down and hit add ingredients and you can start typing in your ingredients directly. So, 100 grams of water. I actually have this recipe saved on a Word doc already and I find it so much quicker to just copy and paste. So I'm going to open up that Word doc and go and copy all of my ingredients. Hit copy and then come along and hit paste. Now it's added them all into one block, but don't worry, it's really easy to separate them out. You're just going to go and find the beginning of the next ingredient and hit enter. And we're going to do that for as many ingredients as we have. There's a few ingredients in this because it is hidden veggies, so I've tried to sneak some things in. So again, I'm just pressing the enter button on my keypad to separate these out. A few more, one more, and there we go. That all looks pretty good. The other thing I'm just going to change here is salad cloves. I don't need to dice them because I have a Thermomix, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. And then you can just click out once you're done. Now I'm going to follow a really similar process for preparation steps. So again, I'm just going to head to my Word doc because it's all saved there. hit copy, and then come over and hit paste. And again, I'm just going to find the beginning of a sentence and hit enter just to separate them out so it's nice and easy to follow. One more, great, and hit the OK button. So that's really as easy as it gets in terms of importing the recipe. There is another step that I can take to actually program the recipe to activate the scales and to activate cooking settings. So we're mimicking that guided cooking experience on your Thermomix TM6. So you get to be a bit of a recipe developer and program recipes. All you're going to do is go into your preparation steps and find your ingredients. So you can see I'm adding onion and garlic to the mixing bowl, but I want to tell my Thermomix to activate the scales. So I'm going to go down and hit this scales button of ingredients. And you can see I've got my ingredient list. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the onion. And if I repeat that process to find the garlic, and that's now activating the scales. And I'm just going to delete onion and garlic so that it's not in there twice. So now once I go to cook that on my Thermomix, I'm telling my Thermomix, please turn on the scales and bring in that ingredient so we get to use that really clever weighing facility. I also want to tell the Thermomix which cooking settings to use. And I can do that by pressing on this button here, which is cooking settings. And I'm now going to tell the Thermomix I want to mix for 5 seconds on speed 5 so that I'm chopping my garlic and onion. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and delete the written instructions so it's there once and it's nice and easy to use. So this requires a little bit of work, but it's saving you so much time once you're cooking. So again, I'm just going to make my way down the list and pre-program this. So I want cooking time of 5 minutes at 120 degrees. Now I'm turning my temp on and speed 1. Yeah. Okay, and just delete those. I also have the option to activate one of the modes as well. So if you're using a mode, there's a couple of options. If I click in here and show you, you can do things like dough, turbo, blending, warm up, and rice cooker. There's some of the modes that are available to us within Created Recipes. So I won't bore you with showing. I think I've shown you how to do it. You would just make your way down all of the preparation steps. And you can see once you've programmed it, it becomes bold. So it's nice and easy to see. I'm going to hit confirm, done. And now when I walk over to my Thermomix TM6 in my kitchen, I'll be able to see that recipe as part of my Created Recipes and start cooking it with instructions on the screen. So that is one of the ways. The other ways are actually even quicker, if you can believe it. So I'm going to head over to Recipe Community, which is our community generated library of recipes. So this is where our consultants, our customers, our staff, and also our Thermomix recipe team add recipes. And I'm going to show you how to import Theo's pizza dough, which is something I use in my Avana pizza oven all the time. It's as easy as clicking this button, add to cookie dough, which you'll see here nice and clear in green. That's now going to link up to my cookie dough account. You hit confirm, yes, I would like to add it, please. And now it's going to pull in the name, the images, the preparation steps, the ingredients, just like before. I'm going to do a bit of work on the preparation steps, again, just to hit space to break it up into steps so it's nice and easy for me to follow along. And I'm then going to make my way down and program my ingredients. So it says here mix all ingredients, but I actually want to activate the scales. So I'm going to hit scales and add all of those ingredients because I'm adding all of my ingredients at the same time to the bowl. We love that. And so now that's going to tell my scales that I want all of the ingredients. And then I'm going to add in my cooking settings. So I want 10 seconds on speed 4, so that all mixes together nicely until combined. So again, I'm just going to clean up that step. So it's nice and clear, and you can see that all of the things that I programmed are in bold there. I mentioned earlier that you can activate dough mode, and this is something we're going to do in this step here. So I'm going to knead on dough mode. So again, I press into cooking steps, I hit dough mode, and we want that for 3 minutes. And so that's going to tell my Thermomix to activate dough mode. There we go. I think that's all the steps that I need to pre-program. It's a really simple recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and hit confirm. Done. And now I've got Theo's pizza dough in my Cookidoo account and of course on my Thermomix. Now, the last way that you might create a recipe is if you have an existing Cookidoo recipe that you have tweaked. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. I'm going to go in and make custard because this is something that I make for my daughter all the time at the moment. She's a bit obsessed, but I do tweak the recipe slightly. So I'll show you how I do that. So once you're in the recipe, you can just hit add and then add to created recipes. And again, that's going to import it over into the created recipe section of your Cookidoo account. And then I'm going to make the changes. So I don't use lemon zest. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. And I reduce the sugar down to 40 grams. And I actually use 3 eggs because I want to get a little bit more protein in there. And she doesn't know the difference. So I've edited those ingredients and now I'm just going to go and make sure that that is reflected in the preparation step. So I can go ahead and delete lemon zest because that doesn't exist anymore, but I've still got all of the rest of the ingredients. And now I hit confirm and my altered reduced sugar, high protein custard is saved in created recipes for me to cook or for my husband to cook. So he knows the tweaks that I've made as well. So that's it. So I've now created 3 recipes in just a few minutes. You've got up to 100 recipes at the moment. That's the current limit in your account. We don't know if that will be increasing or when that might be increasing, but you can see I've only used 25 and I've got some double ups there too from practicing for you. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. You've learned how to use a new feature of Cookidoo and you'll be inspired to go and create your own recipes. Make sure you come back for the next video because I'm going to be showing you how to adjust the portion sizes of your recipes, and we actually use the feature in created recipes to do that. So I'll see you very soon.